I'm Briana with The Simple Dollar, where we make videos on everything related to personal finance. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a few things I wish I would have known prior to taking out student loans. But before we hop into that, I want to make sure that you subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on those notifications so that you're notified every time a new video comes up. And last but definitely not least, I encourage you to check out thesimpledollar.com, where we have thousands of articles on everything personal finance, and you can find just about anything that you need, from credit cards to car insurance to articles on student loans like we're covering today. So without much more, let's just go ahead and hop right on into it. So I, like a lot of Americans, have student loan debt. And in fact, as a whole, Americans owe over $1.3 trillion in student loan debt, which is crazy. And every second, that number grows by $2,726. So for the class of 2016, the average person graduating in that class owed $36,000 after graduating. And not only is the amount that we owe growing, but it's getting a lot more difficult to pay those loans back. Right now in the US, 11% of student loan borrowers are delinquent in some way, shape, or form, which is extremely frustrating. And I understand in that frustration because, like I said, I owe student loans as well. So I wanted to share a few things that I'd wished I'd known prior to signing that dotted line on my student loans. So the first thing I wish I'd known was what my monthly payment was gonna be in the future. And so, like a lot of people, I use my student loans to cover tuition, room and board, and fees like books and university fees that come along with going off to school. But in that, whenever my school's financial aid department sent me a promissory note of what I was allowed to borrow, what they didn't tell me is how much that meant I would be paying back per month in the future. And so, had I known what I know today, I wish I would have used some sort of loan calculator to decipher how much the amount that I was borrowing translated into monthly payments in the future. And I encourage you to check us out again at thesimpledollar.com, where we have plenty of tools such as loan calculators, where you can kind of try to calculate what your monthly payments would be if you do decide to take out student loans. The second thing I wish I would have known prior to taking out my student loans is exactly how long it was going to take me to pay them back. So after I graduated, about 6 months later, my loan servicer contacted me, and not only did they let me know what my monthly payment would be, they also let me know how long I would be paying that monthly payment. And for me, it was 10 years, which is pretty standard and what most loan servicers will set you up on. Now, in certain situations, you may be given the opportunity to opt for an income-based repayment plan or even defer your payments. And I just want to make sure that you note that if those options do exist for you, there is the possibility that you're paying beyond 10 years, sometimes even up to 20 to 25 years. So keep that in mind. So the third thing that I wish I knew prior to taking out my student loans was what the different payment options actually meant. So as I mentioned before, I am on a standard 10-year payment plan. But again, there are options to base your payments based on your income or to defer them. But it's important to remember that depending on what option you choose, it could come with consequences like only paying off the interest of your loan and not touching the principal balance. And that's something that you don't want to do because you could get yourself into a vicious cycle of only paying interest and never paying down the balance of your loan. So make sure to look into that prior to taking out your student loans. Okay, so the fourth and final thing that I wish I'd known before borrowing my student loans is that a high-paying job straight out of school is not a guarantee. I think that a lot of us go off to school and we have these huge and high aspirations of making a six-figure salary immediately upon graduating, and unfortunately, that's often not the case. So it's really important to do some research into the field that you're studying, what an entry-level position in that field looks like, and then plan accordingly. Because that salary is what you're gonna be using to pay off your loans, and it's really important that you can afford to pay them off after you graduate. Okay, so there you have it. These are a few of the things that I'd wish I'd known before signing the dotted line on those loans. And I hope that you can take something away and avoid some of the mistakes that I may have made because of it. Again, be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and check us out at thesimpledollar.com because there's so much more information on this, so many helpful resources that you can use prior to signing off on your loans that will definitely help you out in the future. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.